Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. Yes, the banner of the cross. Though the foe may rage and gather as the flood, let the standards be displayed. And beneath his folds as soldiers of the Lord, for the truth be not dismayed. Marching on, marching on. For Christ count everything but loss, and to crown him king, we will toil and sing beneath the banner of the cross. Morning after morning, these last mornings, we are looking at Jesus going around the seashore and finding these men who were fishermen, fishing for fish. And he tells them to follow him, and he will make them fishers of men. Now, I closed last time by saying to you, fishermen must be persistent. They must have perseverance. A fisherman just can't sit around and hope for fish to show up. To catch, one must be willing to go from one place to the next. Nothing catching there? Then move on. Fishermen must expect smooth days and rough days. It will not always be smooth. Fishermen must take some risk if they are going to be successful. If you are a fisherman and you just step out there on the sea rock and throw a line in the sand, I hope that you don't intend to catch much. But being a fisherman, sometimes when the sea is rough, you gotta go. I remember that there have been times when the sea was so rough that I couldn't move from those engines. Fishermen back home will tell you that there are times that someone must stay to that engine to keep that boat head up. And when the sea is coming down and about to feather, you got to slack back those parks and put throttle on that engine and get over that wave before it feathers in the boat. You must take a risk. We would go to sea with a 24-footer open boat, taking a risk to go fishing. Fishermen must take some risk if you're going to be successful. And these are the days that those who would love to be fishers of men, they are not so willing to give up their job where they make their income. They would rather not give up their job and don't take on the job of being fishers of men. But fishermen must take some risk. And the truth of the matter is, if God calls you, God will feed you. He will protect you. He will lead you. He never leads where he does not feed. He will always take care of his own. But fishermen must take some risk. Fishermen must have some sense of timing. Poor timing will cause you not to catch anything. Fish are not always out. I remember I used to go fishing on a particular beach. One day I was going fishing, and one of the men that lived on the beach, he said, "Where you going?" I said, "Going across here to go catch a few fish." He said, "You're wasting your time." I said, "Why would you think that?" He said, "I had 7 fellas out there all day long fishing, and they caught nothing." I said to him, "What you want me to bring back for you?" He said, "It is needless that I say what I want you to bring for me because I know nothing out there." I said, "Well, I ask you again, what you want me to bring for you?" I went out. I won't say what time I went, but it was the time that I was supposed to go because for years I'm accustomed of going fishing there at different times. And certain times the fish would stay under the rocks, but they will not stay under the rocks when the evening is coming. When night is coming, they wouldn't stay under the rocks. They'll come out. Why? Because the fish knows that the eels are under the rocks and the eels would catch them. Fish sleep just like we sleep. So I went and I got a good catch. And when I came back in, I called him and I said, "Hey," I said, "Come." He said, "Come for what?" We used to play around a lot. He was a man that I really love and respect. And by the way, it was Mr. Webster. And I said, come. He said, come for what? I said, come get what you want. And when I showed him my catch, he said, how comes that you caught so much? And these men were there all day, 7 of them, and they caught nothing. I said, it has to do with the time. Fishermen must have a sense of timing. Poor timing will cause you not to catch anything. Fish are not always out. And just like it is so with fish, it is so with men also. You must have a sense of timing. Sometimes it is the right time to talk to somebody about the Lord, while other times it's not the right time to talk to that person where they would stop and listen and respond. So make sure of your timing. I've noticed that fishermen must keep themselves out of sight. Too much of you will chase the fish away. Now, if you have done any diving, you would know that sometimes when you see a good fish, like a rockfish or a grouper or even the chub, you got to go down there and sometimes just hold on that rock and take your time and wait. And if you could take your time and wait and put yourself away from where they could see you easily, you will always catch. So fishermen must keep themselves out of sight. Too much of you will chase the fish. That is also true in fishing for men. What we need to present when we are fishing for men is Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, He's the bait, not me, not you. He's the one that will catch men. He said, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And when God saves someone, you and I must be very careful not trying to take any credit from this, because it is God who does His works. Fishermen must keep themselves out of sight. Why? Because too much of you, too much of me, it really turns off people. People don't want to hear about me. They want to hear about God. They don't want to hear about you. They want to hear about God. It is God that we must glorify. God that we must big up. God is the one that we must let people hear about. And then I've noticed that fishermen must be trained in the art of fishing. Sometimes you would see somebody out there fishing and catching fish, and you decide, I can do that too. Try it. Try it. And you'll be surprised to find out that you may catch something, but you couldn't compare with the person who has been trained in the art to do this. We have a gentleman back home that goes fishing for snappers, and this is all he does for his livelihood, and he's very good at it. He's trained to do that. Now, if I go catch snappers with him, I don't know if I'll catch any. Just if he'll go diving with me, he may not be able to go bottom and catch any neither. So while he is trained in his area, I'm trained in mine. Hey, we all must be trained in the art of fishing. And then not every fisherman must be the captain of the boat. I'm saying these things because they mean so much to me. Sometimes you would be walking along with others and the boat will only have one captain. So long as those that you're walking along with would understand that in order for this to function, look, we don't have just pure captains. No, there's one captain to the boat, and everybody else must walk on board to make sure that the whole trip is successful. So every fisherman must not be the captain of the boat at the same time. The captain needs help in other matters in order to catch the fish. And then fishermen should not go out alone. It is not safe. Fishermen should not go out alone. It is not safe. Jesus sent his disciples out 2 by 2. In Mark chapter 6 and verse 7 to 11, and he called unto him the 12, and he began to send them forth by 2 and 2, and gave them power over unclean spirits, and commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey, save a staff only, no scrip, no bread, no money in their purse, but be shod with sandals, and not put on 2 coats. And he said unto them, in what place soever ye enter into an house, there abide till ye depart from that place. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear you, when ye depart, then shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. So I close with saying today, fishermen should not go out alone. It's not safe. It's not the wisest thing for a person to go rapping on doors by himself or by herself. Jesus sent them out 2 by 2. My time is up. I'll be back next morning to share with you. Thank you so much for listening. Please share this devotion with a friend.